Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today what I'm going to be doing is creating two things using my craft box from this month. So just a quick reminder of what I got. So I got some applique, some washi stickers, some crystal pendants, also got some the list, a little thank you postcard and telling me what's in next month's. Got some flowers, some ombre pearls, beads, little crystal gems, some cream pearls, some baubles. This was my free gift for being a subscriber, so it's just this like charm and a hat charm. Some different charms as well. So you've got the train, cake, binoculars, and then you've got the sentiment, a stencil, some snip art, a stamp, and the papers. So I thought today what I would do, I'd do two things because I like to try and make two things out of each box before putting it all away. Just get rid of that. That's from another project that I've just done, but I didn't record it, but I will show you it when it's finished. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so cute. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, I think I'm going to make a card using these papers, and then because I really love these, I think I'm just going to do a very simple wire wrapped pendant with these, and I might even add some of these beads in. I don't know if I'll add a charm in. But then what I also might do is I might include this within the crystal. So have the crystal coming off there and then maybe putting it on a keyring. So I think that would look really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and get out my UV resin. Because I think this will be nice, all coloured with some UV resin. So I am going to do it real time, so no music in this video. I will be talking all the way through it the best that I can, and I'll try and explain what I'm doing. So I'm going to get a few bits together and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this out. So there it is. And put that back in because I don't need that. I've got a little mixing cup. I've got some different colour ones in my stash. So this is a blue. Colours this. That's white. That's pink. Green. And I have black. So I also have some pigments. Oh, there's another pink. And then I've got these pigments. Just grab them all. Okay. And then I've got some clear, a couple of bottles of clear resin. And I got all of these. I used to subscribe to Sophie and Toffee subscription boxes. But I had to make a decision whether or not to stick with my Sophie and Toffee or whether or not I wanted to do Craft Box and Craft Box 1. Because I do still have quite a lot of resin bits, and I love the Sophie and Toffee box because you did get quite a lot of things like this in them, and then you would get your pigments and stuff, and you would always get some resin, and then you get glitters and findings and things. But I found that I actually had a lot of the stuff that they were sending me, so it was a no-brainer. The Craft Box one, I think they're about the same price, if I remember rightly. Can't remember. Anyway, so all I've done is I've got some of this washi tape, so it's quite a wide washi tape, and then I'm on the back, you'll see it's flat. I'm just going to stick it down on there, and that's so that when I do fill it with resin, it shouldn't leak out. And then I've got, just off screen, I actually have my UV lamp, there, so I have a UV lamp as well, so that we can cure it. So I think I'm going to add some pink in, so I think I'll do the pink into these flowers. So I'm just gonna see if it'll come out. I'm hoping it'll still be alright. I haven't actually got my resin out in quite a while, so hopefully all will be fine. It looks fine. So I'm just putting pink UV resin into these. I've just been for a lovely walk to the town with my children. I went and got my nails done because finally I can have them done again. So hopefully you won't have to see horrible nails. And then we went out for some lunch, and then we sat in the park. And oh, I got an absolute bargain today as well. We nipped in one of our local charity shops, and they had a couple of old books there, because I've been looking for some old books to do some junk journals with. I've just made this one, and there will be a tutorial on my channel soon of it. I still have to decorate it and add in all the different ephemera and things, so still a bit of work to do. But I wanted to go and get some more, and then I wanted an encyclopedia as well, so that, because I think those pages are lovely and would look really nice in a junk journal. And as we were there, the bloke sort of asked, I got some gorgeous old books, and like really nice, from like 19, I think one of them is from, we're thinking it's from around 1910. I've got one from 1933, one from 1940, and he sort of said, oh, if you're interested in old books, I have a load out back if you would like to have a look. So I was like, yes, of course, I'll have a look. So we had a look, and he did indeed, and he said, oh, I'll give you them all for 50p each. So I said yes please, and I ended up picking up 11 books all told, and then he said, I tell you what, I'll give you them for a £5. So chuffed a bit. But then 3 of them, which are absolutely gorgeous, the old dictionaries, like really old dictionaries, my daughter's decided she wants, so I don't get them ones. But it's fine, because I did get other ones as well. So all is well. Right, okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to mix some clear up with, let's have a look. I might do this. This one is Purple Pearl. So I'll just get out my toothpicks. Okay, put a few there. And we'll put a drop of this in, and we only need a small amount. Oh, I say a small amount and then loads falls out. And then we'll mix this up. Hope you can see that. So yeah, so we ended up, well, my girls ended up carrying them home, so bless them, they've carried her home. I think all together I got 14 books, so they've ended up carrying all 14 home for me, because unfortunately I'm not allowed to lift. So they looked a bit tired when they got home. But it was lovely. I mean, the weather is just absolutely glorious, so it was really nice. Right, what I'm going to do is I am going to put this purple in the fan shape, so around here. And I'm using the toothpick because it gives you more control over where you actually put the resin. Yeah, so you don't really want it to spill out. I'm not sure if any of you have ever done resin. I enjoy it. It's been a while though since I've got it out, I must admit, and trying to find it was a bit of a nightmare. I still haven't quite sorted out my room. I'm supposed to be doing a big de-stash. I did a de-stash the other day of some papers. I've still got 4 packs left if anybody is interested. But yeah, so I am trying. I will get there. I just get distracted a lot. Just got a message. Right, okay. So right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cure this so that it doesn't leak, and you just want it in your lamp for about 2 minutes. So I'm going to put it on here just to make my life a little easier, and then I can slide it in. If you don't have a UV lamp, you can actually use UV resin outside. It just takes a little bit longer, so it'll take about half an hour or so to do it. So I've got that bit there. I think I'm going to add in just a bit of this white, make it more, quite a bit of white. Make it more pearlised, and then I'm going to put a little bit more of clear resin in. And I think what I might do, let me just have a look through my moulds while we're waiting for that, because I might be able to do something to put on a card. Look at this one. I quite like, so sorry for the noise. I quite like that, this heart. Yeah, that's nice, and I like this star, so we'll do that. It's pointless wasting. Right, okay, leave that over to one side, so I'll just put that there. So yeah, as I was saying, it's absolutely glorious day. I said to the girls that I'd come back. I wanted to use a few bits in my craft box. I've been looking forward to using them for a few days now. And then I think we're going to go back out for a wander just to the park, because it is nice, and obviously we're not used to having nice weather. So that's what we're going to do. Right, so that little bit's cured. So I'm going to put this pale, it's like a mauve colour, in here. Like this. Oh, still got a little bit left. Maybe in these bits as well. And then we'll make up another colour. I'm trying to think what other colour. I've got a gorgeous like bluey colour, but I'm thinking that because we're using the purples, maybe go for another shade of pink. Right, put this in here. So I'd love to know what everyone's up to this Easter weekend. We don't have many plans. My daughter is home from uni. My youngest is off school, so which is lovely. I love having my children off. We do quite a lot. Well, we're actually quite a close family, so it's nice. It's lovely. Okay, so let's have a look. I've got green, so I might put some green in actually. Oh. See if there's any left in it. Oh, it's nice bright green. So I'll put this in here, and then what I'm going to do is once this is filled, I'll put it back under, and then I will dome the top of it with clear resin, and then I'll also dome the back of it, and that just gives it a nice shape. But you can get UV resin actually. There's quite a few different places that sell it. I know you can get it off eBay, and if you haven't got, you don't have to buy like these type of colourings to do it. You can use pigment pearls, micro pearls to do it, to colour them. You can even use your alcohol inks, your water-based inks, acrylic paints also, you can use that. That will colour your resin as well. So I would say as long as you've got a few bits to colour it with, you don't actually need a lot of supplies. You just need some UV resin. You can use the sun. So that's what we've got so far. So I'm just going to put that in my lamp, and I'll leave that for 2 minutes. So I'm going to take this pink because I'm going to finish off this here. I don't think there's much left. I haven't used these in such a long time. I'm trying to think what else you could sort of fill that with. I'm not sure actually. But it says on the back 2 to 10 minutes with a UV light, 10 to 30 minutes with sunlight, and 30 to 60 minutes in cloudy weather. So yeah, so really as long as you've got the sun, you're okay. Do you want to say hello? No? My youngest has just come in. She's just built herself something. What is it you've built?
Star-Lord's ship.
Star-Lord's ship from Guardians of the Galaxy. So she's just shown me that. It looks very good. So she did that out of Lego. Yeah, we all love the Marvel universe in our house. Oh, this is so hard to come out of here. Really, I think I would have probably been better off taking this lid off. Like I say, it's been a while since I last did this. Okay, so I'm going to put that under the lamp. That one's now finished. So all I'm going to do now is, so I'll just pull it up. So this is what I have. And I think it has spilt over here, which I'm a bit gutted about, but it's not very good when your hands are quite shaky. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this clear resin, and I'm going to put a coat of it all over the top. Is it clear? Make sure it's definitely clear. And because it's been sat, it's actually, I don't even see that, because it was sat underneath in front of the window, it's hardened. So you do need to keep your resins out of direct sunlight. There we go. So I'm just going over the whole thing, and this is just to dome it. So, there we go. And now I'm going to spread it around. Like this. There we are. And then once that is done, we will then put that into cure, and then we'll do the back bit. So I'm going to get one of these out, because we are going to add one of these just to dangle on the bottom, and we're going to do it quite simple. So all I've got is, I've just got some copper wire, and this is just 1mm copper wire. You can use a 0.8, even a 0.6 if you want. We are just doing a very basic wire wrap on it, if I can find my end of it. Where is it? So yeah, so we'll just be a basic wire wrap, and I can't find my end. I might have to use, I don't want to use that bit though, because it will go everywhere. Right, take this out. We'll put this one in. Oh, I have just noticed I've missed a bit here. There we go. I'll get that under. And then I'm going to put the this clear resin in here just to fill it up. There we go. And again, we're going to put that in as well. So I'll leave that there. Right, let me see. I'm going to have to, I think, because I can't find my end, which is absolutely typical. I was playing with it this morning because I needed to make a toothless for my friend, and that's so if you can hear any ticking, I am sorry. I'm gonna just I am very sorry. It's my little oven is going off, and I will show you what I made this morning for my friend's son. Oh, found the end. She asked me last week if I could do it for him, and I was thinking of doing a tutorial on it, but then I thought, no, this is something that I would have liked to have, I wanted to actually keep for myself. What's my toothless like, Lou?
It's gorgeous.
It's awesome, isn't it? So yeah, I wanted to do it for myself, and really it was more, I wasn't sure if I'd actually be able to make him, but I did, and he's amazing. I'm just waiting for news back off my friend to make sure that everything is okay. So yeah, we will see. My pliers are falling apart. Wrong way. Right, okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut myself a piece of wire, and I'll measure it so that you can follow along with me. So if we do a 10-inch piece, so if you want to measure off yourself a 10-inch piece of wire, and then on the crystal you'll see that there is a hole that just goes in there like that. So we're just going to put this through, and then all you're wanting to do, so yeah, 1 mil or lower is going to be the right size wire to go into this bead. So I'm not going to go all halfway. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go about 1/3 of the way in and then push these pieces up. So as you can see, you're going to have quite a little bit left on this one. And that is so that we can turn this into, just take these out, into a bail. So there's 1/2, and then we're just going to peel this off. Yep. And then I'm just going to put it back in just to cure for a little bit longer, because I don't know if you can see, but there's a little residue there, so I don't think I left it in long enough. Right, so all we're going to do is with the longer piece, you want to get yourself, and we'll do it with a pencil again. I do have bail making pliers, but again I'm wanting it so that you can do this without any special tools. So it's just a pencil, and all I've done is I've just put it there, and then with the longest bit you just want to wrap it around twice like that, and that's it. So you want to do that. So you can take your pencil out, and then all I'm going to do is pinch onto that and then just wrap that bit around 3 times and then snip it off. So that's what you'll have. And make sure, this is where you need your chain nose pliers, make sure that it's just that end is tucked in. Now with this end, what again, all we're going to do, so I just make sure that this end is definitely, oh, I keep going off camera, I am so sorry. So as you can see, it's nothing special that I've done. It's just I've wrapped round the pencil twice, and then I've gone round 2.5 times, cut it down, and then I've put this, I've just tucked this bit in. Now with this shorter piece, you want to pinch on, and then you want to go around the opposite way to what we've just put on, and then you want to go all the way down like that until you're more or less at the end. And then depending on how much you've got left, so I'm just going to use my pliers just to sort of move that, try and center it, and then I'm just going to get in just like this, and I'm going to open that out so that that's my bill. And then we're going to here just put in a little loop, and that's just for decorative purposes, and it also stops it from catching on your clothes. So you want to make sure that that's nicely tucked in. So oh, I like that. So that's what you would do if you wanted it as a pendant, and then you would just get your chain or your cord or anything, and you would put it in, and then it would sit like that. So that's just a quick, easy way of making that into a pendant. So I'm just going to get this out. So all I'm going to do again is with this, so as you can see, this is domed, and then we're just going to dome the back. So it's fill it up with clear resin, and then push it around, and then we're just going to put it back in. There we go. Right, so I've done that. I'm going to put it back underneath my lamp and put it on. I'll put it on for 4 minutes, and then that's done. Right, so if you're wanting to make a pendant, that's how you would make your pendant. Now what we're going to be doing, I'll just take these out and show you these. So there's one, and there's a little star. So cute. Right, so what we're going to do is we just want to have one loop on. Okay, so I'm going to take out another one of these, another one of these beads, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of wire, and this time it's going to be 5 inches, so you want a 5-inch piece of wire. And then you want to put on your bead, and you want it in the center this time, and you're going to push both sides up like that, and then have it so that they're crisscrossed. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold these with your pliers and bring one of them, it doesn't matter which one, but just one of them. You just want to bring it round and wrap around that piece of wire a couple of times just to anchor it, so like that, and then trim it off. Once you've trimmed it off, make sure to tuck in your ends, because you don't want this to catch on anything. Ooh. So like that. So this is what you have, and then the next thing you want to do is you want to sort of bend it like this at a 90-degree angle. You want to, so when you've done your charm, you want to thread it through, because then this means that it won't fall off. And then you want to bring it over, so you turn it around so it's on my round nose pliers, and then you just want to bring it over and make that loop. And when you've made a loop, let this bit just fall into there. So that's what you will have. Put in your pliers so that this bit is at the top end of your loop, and then you've got your crystal at the bottom end of the loop. So and then all you want to do is then just wrap around where you've already wrapped with this piece of wire. And then when you get to the end, again, make sure that everything, all these edges are tucked in, so that they don't get caught on any you don't want them to get caught on any clothing or handbag or on your skin. So there you have it. And then the very last thing to do is see if I can find one out. I'm sure there's one in here somewhere. Yeah. Is you want to get yourself a keyring finding. So I have this one, which is the same colour. And then all you want to do is you want to get yourself a jump ring, which I'm going to make a jump ring because I don't have one to hand. Whoops, sorry, that's my pliers falling on the floor. So if you want to make a jump ring, all you need is your round nose pliers and your cutting pliers, and you just go around the largest part of your wire, your round nose pliers, like that. You then get your cutting pliers, and then you just want to snip away. Now if you were to do these properly, you would actually saw them. So if you were making jump rings to do a chainmail, you would need to actually use a saw on them. And then this is what you've got once you cut along. So we're just going to open that up, and then we're going to connect the top with the bottom, like so. And then there you have it. There is your keychain. So I hope that was actually okay. I hope you could understand what I was trying to explain. So there is a couple of ways of doing that. I do need to, that end's popping out. Where are they? There, yeah. Get my better pliers. So this is why you need to, the way I check my work, so when I'm making jewellery or making anything like this, the way I check it is I rub my hands over them, and if they sort of pinch or you can feel anything, then I know that I haven't put it in properly. So a handy tip for you. So if you can't feel the joints, like that one, you can. Then if you can feel the joints, then you need to sort them out. But if you can't feel them, then you've got it. Then you know that it's going to be fine. Oh, that's my oven. So there you have it. So there's a key charm. Hope you like it. So that's the back, and then that is the front. Right. So I'm going to tidy this up now, and then I will be back in a second and we will make a card. Okay, so I'm back, and I just had to show you him because he's just come out the oven. So he's all done. There he is. I am so proud of him. I think he looks absolutely rotten. Look, he's only got half a tail like in the movie. But yeah, there he is. There's my toothless that I've made. I love him. I think he's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm hoping that to the person who's getting this, I'm hoping he loves it too, because he's amazing. He is. Anyway, I'm going to put him to one side so that he doesn't get damaged, and let him cool down. There we go. He's just looking at me now. Anyway, so I've got 2 card bases out. Not sure if I'm going to make 2 cards yet. Don't know. See what happens, see where it takes me. So I've got a white one and I've got a craft card one, so I'll get rid of these envelopes for a moment. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in my papers, because we definitely do need to use the papers. And anybody who sees my my tutorials from when I do use the stuff from the craft box will know that I also even use my packaging. So we will get a few bits of packaging out as well. I'm also wanting to use the stencil because I think the stencil is amazing. So we'll take that out because we do need that. I'm also thinking that I want to use this as well. Oh, my little dog's playing with his toys that he got for his birthday. It was his birthday on Thursday. He's 14 and he's gorgeous. And I keep saying it, but he is. He's my little boy. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my, I think I'm going to work on, I think I'll work on this one. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I love that clock in that corner. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm not doing very well today, am I? I sort of know what I want to do today, but I don't, if that makes, like, I know where I want to go and what I want to make, but I haven't sort of decided what I'm going to do. I don't even know if that made any sense to you guys at all. Right. So I really like that clock. I really like this train, and I think that needs to stay in. But I think that we need to rip it, because why not? So I want to keep that in. Right, I don't want much. Right, I'll be back in a second. Okay, sorry about that. Right, so all I've done is I've just ripped the bottom off this piece, and I'm thinking I'm wanting to use this. Not sure where yet, because I'm just trying to work out. So let's have a look. I know that when I make the cards that I do get from, like with the stuff from Craftbox, I don't really like to add anything but what I get from Craftbox, because I just think it's such a shame. Now, do I want to cut down my card base, or do I want to leave it? Decisions. I hate deciding. Let me think. Part of me wants to cut it down because it'll make life so much easier, but then part of me doesn't, because I just think actually make it, oh, do you know what, would it work? Could I do it? I'm thinking, let's have a look what we've got. Right, so I've got these papers, because I could sort of fussy cut something out or rip something, maybe, so do like that, maybe have, yeah, right, okay, so I'm going to rip this, I think we'll put that there and have that here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Sorry, you can't see. So then I like this bit, so I think I'm going to add that bit up here. I definitely want to add in the clock, so I might add the clock just there. I will be adding my stencil, and then I'm thinking maybe that. Oh, there, yeah, yes. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'll grab some double-sided tape and let's get this stuck down. So I think that would help. I tend to do that a lot. I end up making it a bit too long, but just so that you know, you don't need to worry about that, because if you take it off and then just fold it up, you know you've definitely got it right to the edge. So I forgot that having nails on stops you from pulling them off. So I'm just going to line this up with the bottom there, and then I am going to line this piece up because there is stuff there. Perfect. And then I'm going to get my big scissors and we'll just cut down this side. And then we know what we're doing. So we have that. Move them to one side. So I definitely want to add this train piece in because I really like that. So I'm thinking that definitely there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put some foam onto it and raise it up. So let's cut that like that. And then I'm going to stick that just there because I still want to see this seat bit. I'm going to use this and I'm going to use, I'm thinking, let's have a look. Nope. I'm trying to see if I've got, I don't have any blues in there. Right, okay. I think we'll use Vintage Photo. Oh, honestly, everything is absolute a mess. I haven't like I said, I'm halfway through trying to sort my studio out, and yeah, it's just not happening. I get distracted all the time. It's just, yeah, so I can't find my job. I'll see if this will work. So I just want this clock because I think that'll look nice. Butterfly. There you go. Oh, you can sort of see it just a little bit, not much to this butterfly. And then a bit here. Yeah, okay, I like that. Gives it a bit of texture, doesn't it? And then, oh, move that to one side. I definitely want this on, so I think that definitely should go there. And then I really like this, and again it needs to be popped up. So I'll just cut a bit of this off. So a bit down there and then a bit down there. And then I'm going to just get some glue. If I can find it. There it is. Oh. So I'm just going to open this up because I let it dry out. And then I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there just so it sticks to this top bit. So put that there, and then I'm also going to just put the glue on the back of this. I found that wet glue is so much better on these than your glue gun, because I just don't think they stick right with your glue gun, and I think because wet glue dries clear, it makes it so much better. Right. So that's that, and then I'm going to put that just here. Oh, I really like that. So I'll just put that in the water and get rid of that. There we go. And then the very last thing that I'm going to add to it is, if I can find them, some pearls, some pearl drops. Where? Yeah, I've got a lovely blue here, so let's make sure it works. Yep. And then I'm just going to put a few here, there and everywhere. And a couple. There we go. And then someone did say if you tap them, it works. They go, the pointy bit comes off, and it actually works. Okay, so I am just going to do the one card, but really pleased with that. Really pleased. Move this out the way. So today's video, what I've done is I've made this card, which I really like. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. We've also done this little pendant just so I could show you how to do a very basic bail, for if that's what you would like to do. And then the other thing that we made was we've made a keyring using some UV resin, and again doing a very simple link so that we can link them together so they don't pull apart. So do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I've loved making it. It's been a challenge, I have to admit. It's been a challenge because I don't really normally work with blues, but I do like it. I love how it's come out, and I love the addition of the packaging, because the packaging is so beautiful. Why not use it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll see you very soon in my next video. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.